What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Hello, Chicago. And if you're watching this live from somewhere else, hello, whatever state or city you're from. This is Mr. Opinionated coming to you live and direct on this sunny Friday, like one of the few sunny days that I've had for my vacation, but it always seems to work this way out in the Windy City. But welcome to Friday. Happy Friday. It's Good Friday because it's sunny, and it's Good Friday because, you know, a lot of people celebrating the resurrection of Christ. Today, I want to talk a little bit on the subject of destroying our own. Now, we know that when we own something, and when I say we, it is people of color. You know, you could be black, you know, you're Puerto Rican, you're of the brown nations. And it's hard for us to get stuff. It's harder for us to get stuff than other people it is. And quite recently, I have heard about a couple of businesses in the Austin area being robbed. These are two businesses that I've recycled my dollars at. I'm not going to say the name of the businesses because I don't think that would be well to advertise like that. But, you know, I found out that the place was robbed. And you know, I was sad because, you know, it was a nice business, you know, the professional, and this one is a restaurant. The food was good, and I didn't hear any negative things about it. And then, you know, right on the same street, I found out that another business was robbed. It's hard for us to own stuff. It's hard for us to keep stuff going. And it's hard because we oftentimes do not get the support from our own people. And, you know, if we do, they want a deal, they want a discount, and they expect this level of service that they do not ask for from other people. Now, I am not advocating that we let our folks shortchange us in business and give us substandard service, but, you know, we're doing a whole lot of stuff to destroy our own stuff. Like, why is it that people find it so easy to rob the businesses that we own, to tear up the businesses that we own, and you don't find them in the Gold Coast robbing up stuff? You definitely do not see them on Michigan Avenue tearing up and robbing on a normal basis. Why is that? Why is that some of us, and I'm not going to clump all of us together, why is it that some of us will so easily tear up our own stuff, rob from each other, shoot each other up? It's like ridiculous. I'm like, you know what? If you were doing to other people what you are doing to us, you would be riddled with holes in the town square. They would hang you in the town square as an example to show you what happens when you mistreat them or you hurt them. Yet and still, you will rob your brother, you will attack your brother, and when I say brother, it's in general, it's brother and sister, and people will find no fault with it. And just off the top of the head, I'm gonna rob somebody. Somebody who don't got nothing. Somebody who's struggling, just like you. I remember when the first time the Bulls won the championship. And we have, like in my neighborhood, we had two corner stores. Two corner stores, one on my block and another corner store on the block right up the street of. Now, the corner store that was more established, you know, I knew him, my family knew him. Just so happens to not be a black-owned store. The other store, which was black-owned, the Bulls won, and you know people go out and tear up stuff. They tore up the black store. Our people tore up the black store. They tore it up, they broke stuff, they stole from it. And do you know that the store on my block, which was not black-owned, they didn't touch it. They didn't rob it. They did not bust any windows. They did not try to go in and get any merchandise. It was virtually untouched. And not to say that they should have, because I think rioting for a reason like that, rioting just in general, it's just not a good thing, especially if it's in your own community. But you tore up the black store and the other store was virtually untouched. We got to stop hurting each other. It should be a written rule that we do not hurt each other. And I'm not saying this to say that, to boost, this black on black crime thing, because a lot of crimes are committed within their own races, so they just don't advertise them. They don't advertise white on white crime. They don't advertise Latino on Latino crime. They don't advertise Mexican on Mexican crime. They don't advertise Asian on Asian crime. So I'm not saying that we are doing so much more than everybody else, but everybody else seems to be benefiting, seems to be thriving a little bit more than us. And honestly, we all know that it's harder for us. It's harder for us to get loans. It's harder for us to build. We don't have as much capital to go around here and snatch up property and revamp it and do co-ops and this and that. So we have to stop hurting each other. And we don't hurt each other just in business. We hurt each other more with words. It's, and I'm going to use this case in point example. It's the holiday time, it's Easter for those that celebrate. And then there are those among us who every year, it's like clockwork, and it's not just Easter, it's Christmas and it's Thanksgiving. And they use these as opportunities to attack other people that do celebrate these holidays under the guise that I'm educating you, under the guise that I'm waking you up. So they will be relentless in attacking what people believe, attacking what people are worshiping, then at the same time talk about unity. Newsflash, I personally do not want to hear about your call for unity when you are attacking me and my faith. So I just don't want to. That's me personally. I don't care about your unity, because there couldn't be a unity if you're going to use this as an occasion to attack me. Because, people are going to believe what they want to believe, and people have a right to believe what they want to believe. But if you are trying to build with me and you're going to take pop shots at every opportunity to attack something that I believe in, then I don't want your unity. And you can stick your unity somewhere where the sun don't shine personally. That's just my thing. So if you are truly trying to build, then people need to put their differences aside and work on the common goal. Because people always say, we need to work together, we need to build together, but at the same time, I'm gonna be cute and throw pop shots and I'm gonna attack. And I haven't been attacked, so don't get the message wrong. I'm not mad or anything, because I know people are stupid and I don't even pay attention to them anymore, because it's the same people doing the same things. Then when you look at their fruits, they don't have much fruit or anything to talk about. But that is another form of hurting people. We have to stop taking every occasion to hurt each other if we're going to build, if we're going to be unified. Because when you have a common goal, when you are being oppressed by the same system, then you're working together and you're saying, you know what, we don't agree, but we're going to work together. We're going to put our differences aside and we're going to build together and we're going to embrace each other and we're going to love each other. And I really don't see a lot of that going on. I see a lot of it's going on in smaller circles, but on a broader level to where it can help our people, it's not. I mean, look at our communities. I live in what's called the hood. A lot of us live in hoods. And, we know just again, we know things are harder for everybody, for us. And, and people have adopted this mentality. And this has been going on for decades. I got to get my hustle on. I got to do this. But if your hustle is destroying the community, if your hustle is enslaving your brother and sister, you need to find a new hustle. And I'm going to introduce another point. We had Al Capones and we had other people that have built their families and their dynasty and their wealth on crime. I understand that because I know people are going to bring that up. And we cannot always pinpoint black people when they are trying to build in the wrong way. So I'm not saying that, it's different because, Al Capone, they were doing illegal stuff, and there are other families and mafias that have built a lot of the wealth that they have on illegal activity. But we have to realize that we are hurting each other. My sister Tuyani says, there is such a negative self-image in the black community. Ego will tell you otherwise, but our people are truly broken. And as a result, we will vandalize and destroy anything that looks or feels black. I agree, my sister. Let me see more. I'm driving, so I can't read all of it. Life is about working to lighten your heart. Ignorance is truly a pandemic in our community, and we must know that this system of white supremacy shape our mindsets to do the shit that we do to one another, and the work is in the individual being educated and shifting their mindsets. I get so pissed off sometimes, but sometimes I go within myself. I'm just working to be a model of what I like to see. Amen. Amen, and a say, sister. And we have to work on ourselves. Self-work is hard. And it's I'm about to get off the expressway because y'all not about to ruin my day with all of this traffic because it's nice outside. Self-work is very important. And self-work is very hard because you have to be honest with yourself. I've grown to the ripe age of 41, and I think I'm more honest with myself than I've ever been, because if I want to grow, I have to work with myself. If I want to help other people, I have to help myself. If I want to help my people, I have to expose myself. I have to expose my scars. I can't be secretive. I can't try to put on an air like I'm perfect, because the things that I go through and have been through in these 41 years can help somebody else. I don't like to see my people suffer. I don't like us to engage in self-destructive things. There are so many self-destructive things that we're doing, and not only us, because people always say, well, everybody else doing something, everybody else doing it. Just like I tell my students at school, I've been working in the office for about 15 years. I was substitute teacher for 2 years. And I always get students and kids when they say, well, what about them? Well, what about they doing? You ain't saying none of them. When I'm talking about us as a people, I don't give a care about everybody else or what everybody else is doing or what everybody else has done. I'm talking about us. If we are going to build, if we are going to heal, if we are going to help ourselves, we need to start talking about us and stop talking about what everybody else is doing. What everybody else is doing is not going to work for us. The methods that people use are not going to work for us. The tools that people are using are not going to work for us, because we are different people. We have different experiences. We have different histories. So what is working for everybody else is not going to work for us. So stop saying, well, they doing that or they doing this. Our journey is different. Our experiences are different. We have access to different things because of our history in America. So, but the bottom line is, let's stop hurting each other. Let's stop tearing each other down. Let's stop destroying each other for the sake of entertainment. And the simplest example that I can think of is something that goes viral instantly. These fight videos. We've seen millions of fight videos. They get 1 million hits. People busting each other upside the head. People tearing each other hair out. I think the one I most recently saw was a fight in a parking lot, and these guys were busting each other windows, and they ended up crashing cars into each other, and it was viral. It was viral. Why does this type of stuff go viral? Why does stuff that is helpful, that's beautiful, that is loving, why does that not go viral in our community? Why does all the negative stuff goes viral? We know that we gravitate towards negativity more, but as a people that have been shrouded in negativity and hurt, we should be tired of it. It's like, come on. We are passing down curses generation after generation, and we cannot heal and we cannot grow. So it's a lot of it is pointless. We need to start focusing on things that matter. Focus on things that are helpful. Whatsoever is good, whatsoever is just, whatsoever is loving. Think on these things. And don't ask me for the scripture. I believe is in Galatians or Ephesians. I'm not a big memorization person, but I can kind of go to it when I can flip to it. So we have to think on some new things. We need to start transforming our minds, do a little self-work, and go into yourself and go into fellowship with God, and I'm not the high and holy person, and I'm not the most judgmental person, but when I am wallowing in my lower self, I know it. And a lot of people do know it, but they ignore that. When you are wallowing in your lower self, you're doing stuff that's self-destructive. You're doing stuff that's hurtful, not only to yourself and others. And you know when it's time to go back. You get a pull that's pulling you back, that's saying, you know what, you need to read some of your word. You need to listen to something positive. You need some light. That is God's spirit saying, you know what, you've been wallowing in your lower self for too long. You're getting a little bit too comfortable in the dark. It's time for you to come back. And when you can come back to where you need to be, then you can help somebody. It's like, my brother Dre said, the easiest thing that we can start doing as black people, the easiest thing that does not cost, is start speaking to each other. How many times a day do we walk by each other and don't even say hello, don't even say good morning? Or you say good morning or hello to somebody and they don't say it back. That's free. It's free to say hello. It's free to say and to ask, how's your day going? It's free to drop a word of inspiration. We need to start doing some of these simple things. We are hurting on the inside, and we are launching our hurt down to other people and hurting other people. And we are just suffering and struggling because of it. There are some basic things that we can do to help each other heal, and they're free. Just love each other. Tell somebody you love them. That's a big thing. In my life, I've learned that everybody wants to be loved. Everybody wants to be thought of. Everybody wants to be helped. Everybody wants someone to feel concerned about them. Now, everybody may not admit it, but that is a basic human need. Ask somebody how their day is going. Ask somebody, how can I serve you? One of the biggest things that I don't think we do enough, we don't serve each other as much. And especially if you bring into the whole male and female dynamic, the going back and forth, the attacking each other like you toxic and you ain't no good and you a thought, and that going back and forth, that negative talk that our men and women have with each other is totally destructive. It's not helpful. On the surface, it has some comedy value, but underneath, it is divisive and it does not help. So we need to stop that. And everybody's been hurt. So let's talk about that for a moment. Everybody has been hurt at one point in time or another. You've dated somebody or you've gotten married and things didn't turn out. A lot of things were said. The person betrayed you. They may have cheated on you. They may have not met your expectations, and you were hurt. And you needed to vent, and you needed to express that you've been hurt. And expression is okay, but you have to learn to heal. You can't hold the grudge. And then add on to it when you bring kids into it. So we are not only hurt ourselves, but we're passing that on to children that we co-created. Because when you have children, you're stuck together forever. Like regardless of whether you live together, whether you break up or divorce, whatever, you are binded together like some cords when you got children. You got to see each other at events and things like that. So we have to figure out a way to do better. And it's just, it's time times are getting harder. I mean, you have this presidential administration that is passing down laws that are going to hurt us, that is going to make it harder to survive, that is going to make it harder to get food, that is going to make it harder to get loans and build our community. It is at these times that we need each other the most. We need each other the most in times like this, when the country is attacking us, when the law authorities have the power and the legal authority to slaughter and murder us, when the justice system is against us and hands down harsh sentences, when the prison system is being traded on Wall Street, so there is an incentive to lock up black bodies and keep prisons filled. These are the times that we need each other the most. So let's start loving on each other. Let's start working with each other. Let's start engaging with each other. How about that? And not just engaging via social media like I'm doing now, and not engaging via text. Let's start seeing people, seeing each other, visiting each other. There are so many people who do not like to talk on the phone, and I am a phone talker now. I used to not be, but I don't want to text all the time. I don't want to inbox all the time. I don't want a comment all the time. I need to hear your voice. Sometimes you need to hear people's voice, but so many people, and you say in the polls, do you like to talk? Do you like to text? And people are like, I don't like to talk on the phone. I need to hear your voice. So sometimes if you text me, I'm going to automatically ignore you because I need you to call me. I need to hear you. I need to know that, you care enough about me to dial your phone and to talk to me. So let's start calling each other again. There's people that I call on a regular basis, my regular circle, but pick up the phone, call somebody. Let's start communicating. Technology has become so prevalent that it's easier for us to hurt each other. So let's start loving up on each other. That's my rant for the day. Hope you all have a fantastic day. Enjoy your holiday, love on each other, and peace out.